derby party, a Preakness party. So we went and watched the race, and it was a lot of drinking there. So it was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
Sounds what it was like to actually be there too. Lots of
Well, I'm
drinking.
sure it was not nearly as fun as being there because we had a ton of kids just running around. They had a big bounce house. So that was kind of cool, but it turns into kids trying to kill each other. So yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
I thought you were going to tell me that all the parents got drunk and they took over the bounce house.
that would be cool.
I really thought you were going to
There
go there,
so
man.
many kids. I mean, I think the kids like Lord of the Flies, man. Those kids get out.
Oh, heck
They
yeah.
could have took us out.
Yeah.
There's enough of them. I mean, there's a ton of kids. But yeah, it was fun.
Is that
Good
the
times.
undertone of Lord of the Flies? Is that what it's really about? Is like you have kids and they just take over?
I think that's the theme.
Yeah.
Learning something.
Lord of the Flies is a pretty dour book all around.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah,
book.
Not my jam. Not my jam.
Sucks to your ass, Mark Picky.
Uh,
Anyway, so
Looks like someone's drinking Jaeger.
Well,
Well,
what?
Profit.
Someone
Some
chat,
shots of Jaeger in the
shots
comments.
of Jaeger. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
do
Cheers.
it,
Cheers.
please. And hello, everybody visiting. We appreciate all of you. Yes.
Indeed.
Drinking
Yeah.
your
It's gonna be fun. So let's jump right into these chapters. We're on chapter 6. These chapters don't have names, so it's just 6. Some books do have names. These do not. It's just 6. So, anything that you guys want to talk about or add before we jump right into these, or I should ask first?
I mean, I like the fact that it specifically coincided with the end of part 1. I mean, I was like, these 3 chapters we're reading, it's just like, boom, right at the end of part 1.
Yeah.
I was like, nice. Did he plan that? Okay,
Maybe.
I'm a fan of this. Now I have no idea what that means. Is it like the end of an era? Are we going to do a time jump? Who knows? I don't know.
The rest of this book takes place 3,000 years later, and that's
Oh,
that
got
really
it,
matters.
got it, right. So it's the UFOs and all that kind of stuff. It's the nuclear age.
Right. Yeah. No.
Okay.
He does divide his books up into parts, so it's that's all. I think almost all Sanderson books have parts to them.
Okay.
But they're all back to back. Just I guess the theme changes. I mean, this we'll talk more about it as we get through the episode. But this part's kind of like the world building and introducing the magic system and everything part.
Mm-hmm.
Like and then we get more into the story in the next act. I guess you want to call it or whatever.
You're feeling there's a lot of build up to the end of part 1.
Yeah.
Great build up.
We get a layout at least of their initial plan, what's going on. But we'll get to that. So right now we're in Vince's point of view. We start. She wakes up. She's in Clubs's, the little shop or whatever.
Clubs is still my dude, by the way. I still stand by Club. He's still my guy.
Well, it's not just a shop. He's a master craftsman, and it's like all the details and the woodwork are like.
Yeah, but my guy, he's quiet. He's confident. He's just like he's me. I love him. No, he's not me because I'm a lot more boisterous and loud than he is. But I like his style all day long.
Yeah.
He's a sleeper.
He is. So she's been so used to like the nomadic lifestyle and like waking up at the gangs and like everything loud all the time. And it's quiet and it's kind of unsettling and scary. And the room's empty. And she has a place to herself. And she's like, I don't know what this means. Like. She's nervous about everything. Oh,
that's right. She is nervous about everything about what's going on and everything that's not something she's used to. And I specifically wrote a note about the fact that she was nervous about the fact she didn't have that ska stank on her. Because she was like, oh, everything smells clean.
Yeah.
And they're like taking baths and stuff and they don't smell like ska. And I was like, oh, you expect that ska stank around you. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, she even talks about she slept on an actual mattress in even though it was a little small cramped room, there's actually a wooden armoire in there and a rug, and she's like, "This is lavish."
Yeah,
living it up.
That's right.
And it gets to the point where she goes down the hallway, and they're like, "Yeah, you want to take a bath? You kind of stink." she's like, and she's like, "What, a bath? I've never."
Yeah.
And
she's like, "Do I have to do this regularly? Is that what we do now?" It's like, yeah, this is the world you live in now. So.
Yeah, I mean, Dockson's just like, go ahead and get ready. We're gonna be meeting down below inside the shop, but and she realizes it's all scented baths, and she's like, I smell like all those noble people I walk past every once in a while, all fancy.
And every time she has an opportunity to get food, she hoards it. She steals it. I mean, every time. It's like she was there and she was like, I'm gonna steal one of these things. And the ladies like looked over and like they didn't think about it. They were like, yeah, sure, have some. And she was like, grab a couple extra, just grabbed a couple extra. And I was like, okay.
She's in survival mode.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like it's just a recurring thing though, man. She is still thinking she's like, like day to day, just hoping she can do whatever she can to survive and make it out or whatever the situation that she's in. So poor thing. I mean, again, PTSD for days. I feel so sorry for her.
She's had a rough life.
Yeah,
no qualms about that.
I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but when she talked about, hey, so how many times did your brother beat you, Kel? I was like, huh?
My brother never beat me. He's like, sure he did it.
Like, that didn't happen.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, exactly. And she notices like how neat and clean everything is too. Like everything else that she's been is like full of ash because the ash mounts and everything. The cities are full of ash, so like it gets everywhere. And this is neat and tidy. And even though it's a workshop and it's still a ska workshop, it's kept clean. And she notices they pretty much live like nobles, even though they're not.
Right.
They live nicely. Yeah, comes down to the room. Ham's there. I think Ham and Breeze, because they're always hanging out together.
Your boy Breeze.
My boy Breeze.
Your boy Breeze, man. This guy. I swear he reminds me of that, and I can't not remember the guy's name from Pocahontas. The English dude who was like the rotund dude. He kind of had like the accent, like he was like the man. That's who I picture every time I think of Breeze is like some rotund dude who's like, oh, I have all my wits about me and I know about society, blah, 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 blah. And I pictured that dude from Pocahontas, but anyway.
Yeah.
But Breeze is cool. I like Breeze. I mean, I do like the fact though he also really he respects what he has a skill to do and expects you to respect it as well. He's like, I don't make people do things.
That's a good take right here. Breeze is like Josh Gad. He plays Olaf in Frozen and like does a lot of
yes. I can see it. Yeah,
he's been in everything. Josh Gad's been in everything. Like,
I mean, I loved him in the Book of Mormon. My man killed it in the Book of Mormon. So. Yeah. Josh Gad always a win. Always a win.
He's cunning. He's a very cunning linguist.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, and it gets down there. And I think it's Ham who asks him like, "Hey, where's Kel?" And Vin's like sleeping three stories up, in his room. And he's like, "Do you always keep tabs on people?" She's like, "Yes." She's like, "You're an odd kid." Like,
yeah, yeah.
She's like, "Why is this weird?" Like,
it all checks out. All checks out for me as far as I was concerned. I was like, she's been through some things. It checks out. She's like, I need to know where everybody is, who's coming at me.
The paranoia is real.
Oh, definitely.
Poor thing.
Poor little lady. Poor little lady.
Yeah, and we get to meet I guess shortly thereafter. They're down waiting for everybody to show up. I guess Clubs comes back with his nephew, Loster Bernonis. I think it's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, yes, right.
The little skinny kid that has that funny Eastern accent.
Right. I mean, because the accent on the audiobook, I was like, man, that is completely different than every other accent I've heard up until now.
Yeah.
So it really threw me off.
Reading it was interesting as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, because it's phonetically spelled out in the book the same way it's in the audiobook. Yeah. So
okay, so you have the same effect then. Got it.
Yeah. He was clearly like a little. I think he's got a crush on Ben because he he's like blushing and like stumbling over his words a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't he? I forgot about that.
So yeah, she answers here's the knock on the door. Answers it. And it's him, and she's like, yes, and she's like, you're wanted ups and where above with the doing. With master jumps to the third floor. I gotta go.
Yeah, he was trying to keep it very succinct. He's like, I gotta get out of here.
Lester Buonas.
It's nice meeting you. Bye.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
Yeah. So Vince Summit at this point goes down to the main, and then everyone's there. At least most everyone's there. Except for one person shows up later. But in Yeadon, Kelsier, Doxson, Clubs, Breeze, and Ham, I guess, and Lester Morris. So those are the crew that's there, and Kelsier's there with a whiteboard and a marker, and it's like, all right, let's do the plan, guys. Let's make the plan. All right.
Yeah,
so
he's on the
what are we doing?
He's the coach with the X's and O's on the board. He's like, okay, now
We're
I need
gonna
the halfback to come around by the full back, and yeah, he's trying.
You either picture it that way, or we're gonna make a vision board together, guys. This is our vision board.
And by the way, I still gotta say, Yeadon is still something about him is just throwing me off. It's like I kept wondering if maybe he was being influenced by like Breeze earlier, the previous chapters and stuff. Because I was like, he kind of goes along with things, and then sometimes he's like, got objections to everything they're doing, and it seems like he's not really committed. But I'm like, but you've been planning the idea of doing this rebellion for decades. Right. Not like a year, with the decades. Right. You put the money together to make this thing happen. And I just feel like he's just so all over the place. The guy's crazy sus to me. I'm just going to stop right there.
Dude, now that you mention it, it's like he wants the end goal of being in power, but he's not a fan of the path it takes to get there. Right?
Because when he started talking about some of the stuff that they had already done up to that point, and he was like, how? What? You might have...
You're killing noblemen?
You killed somebody? And he's like, yeah. You know this is what war is about, right?
Right. Yeah, that's how it works.
Heads gonna roll. So get ready. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I didn't know about that. I thought we could just mop up the blood afterwards. I didn't want to be involved in any of it. I'm like, no, it's
your hands are gonna get dirty.
Dad going straight.
So they kind of lay out their plan. I mean, it's very, very much like right now abstract. I mean, they're coming out with the plan as like kind of like on the fly. And they're taking questions like, okay, what should we do next? Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. And like, oh yeah, how would we make a great house war? We'll get the nobles fight each other, and then they'll have to move like, how are we gonna get the army out? And everything hinges on getting the army out long enough to seize the stores of the Lord Ruler. And once they have the fortress, the idea is they can hold it at that point. And that's everything hinges on that. That's kind of their plan. But there's so many moving
about a rebellion force of 10,000 versus 20,000. I mean,
but 10,000
insurmountable odds.
But 10,000 ska who are
not trained,
have never held a spear their entire life. Like
no mistings. I mean, they probably no mistings in there, right?
Army,
yeah. So odds are not looking good for them.
The key is to get the garrison out, so their advantage becomes the walls, right? But that's a huge shift that needs to take place,
right.
So attack the pits of Hathsin to draw them out, right? And then hide
that's
the caves.
Because even the nobles don't know that's where the ATM's mined,
right?
And that's where all the source of the wealth is ATM,
right? I mean, and of course, now I could admit, listening to a couple chapters ago, I thought these guys had their ish in order. And now we're sitting there with a chalkboard, and they're like, so, what you guys thinking here? And I mean, Vin is the one that comes up with the idea about, hey, let's do a feint. And I'm like, no one has thought this through. and it's only because, Cal is like, hey, Vin. What you thinking, girl? And she's like, have you heard of a feint? Talk to me.
And, like, and all he does is write feint on the board. Like, cool, got it. Run the feint.
Got him.
Puts a star and a check mark next to it.
I mean, so again, up until this point in time, I thought they had their acts together, and then when they're trying to like put this all together and draw this whole plan, out, and I'm like, oh, they got no clue. They were like, hey, let's get 10,000 dudes together.
Yeah, I mean, you spoke on Yeadon.
And what are they gonna do? Oh, that's right, we got to do that too. And I'm like, oh no, y'all should have had that figured out.
But you speak on Yeadon, like being kind of sus about the whole plan and everything like that. Well, think of it from his shoes. Like, he has this entire like rebellion that he's been doing for a decade, and this is what we're backing on is like a bunch of guys with a chalkboard going like, I don't know, what do we do next, guys? I don't know.
Right.
Well, he's like looking to these guys as like Mistborn or whatever, as like, these guys probably know what they're doing. I'm high up in the sky. Now we're at the next level. Let's lean on them a little bit. And he's like, wait, you guys have no fucking clue what you're doing.
Oh, no clue. No clue. These guys are flapping in the wind. Real talk. I mean, they have no idea what to do. I mean,
they're gonna send Breeze to go try to soothe all and convince everyone to join this rebellion. You know, they have all these ideas like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that, and it's like, I guess this might work. And they're like, all right, so we got to infiltrate the noble houses. And they're like, all right, so first, who we're gonna use? And like, well, the one guy's dead.
We got a guy.
Breeze. How about Breeze? And Breeze is like, no, they all know me. Like, I've been running scams with them for years. They all know me.
Right.
They're like,
he's like, their people know my people. Yeah, they'll figure me out.
The Clubs is like, my nephew can do it. And Kelsey turns to his nephew and is like, and he starts talking. He goes, not gonna work.
Yeah, that whole thing sounded like an Among Us strategy session, basically. And I was like, oh no, this is not looking good. Not looking good.
I like what Thatcher said. He said Eden is a very idealistic coattail rider.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Completely checked out. By the way, when I heard that, I was like,
Yeah. Exactly. And finally they land on Vin, and they're like, maybe Vin can play the patsy to go into the, and Vin's like, me? Like, what? Like, it's like, yeah, actually that might work. That might be perfect. And Vin's kind of like, I don't know about this guy's like, but at the same time, she's like, I need a place. Like, she's still worried that like they'll portray her, and if she's not useful, they'll just kick her to the curb. And she's liking this new aspect to some, still very skeptical, still very suspicious about all, doesn't trust anyone.
Trusts nobody,
no one, but likes the fact that they might be able to teach her about what she knows,
right? So
she sees avenues and she doesn't want to leave,
right?
She wants to be there at least to learn what she can do before leaving. But she also doesn't want to be useless and be kicked to the curb. So
yeah, she likes being needed. Yeah.
So it's just a really weird predicament that Vin's in, where I don't know if she's necessarily not that she doesn't want to go through this aspect of it at all. I mean, it just makes her extremely nervous because she's never done anything like this. Like, I was supposed to act like a noble. Like, I've never been anything like it. Like,
it's like the new person on the team or the company that gets hired, and they need someone to fill the gap, and she's conveniently there to fill the gap. So you're gonna make it work.
Yeah, my first job out of college, like literally, I was hired as a trainee with no experience, do nothing, and one of the higher ups quit, and they promoted me to that role 2 weeks into the job with no experience at all. Like it was not like that kind of situation. I'm like, I don't
Same
know
thing happened to me.
Doing
my boss got fired, and they were like, "Hey, we want to make you the new lead," and I was like, "I
can I say no?"
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like a great opportunity. You're like, I gotta take the opportunity.
You can't say no.
But, oh man, but you still wondering. It's like, maybe I should.
Literally, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, I had a customer call me up and ask for something, and I was like, yeah, sure, we can do that. Hung up the phone, went down the hallway, and I was like, hey, can we do this? like, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
The boss is like, no, we can't do that.
Good luck, though. That's work, though, right? That's the job.
That's how it works.
Nature of the beast. Nature of the beast.
So Vin's in a very much similar situation where she's thrown right into this, and now she's an integral part of this team without knowing anything about what she can do, not knowing anything about these people really, besides they just dress fancy and apparently trust each other, which she thinks is suspicious too.
Right.
Like, why aren't they all?
And they don't have Skostank.
Yeah,
that's all she knows. That's all she knows right now.
I really want a sticker that says Skostank.
Oh, I was actually thinking of getting a T-shirt. I mean, before you said that, I was already on that train of getting.
We'll add it to our merch, Skostank.
Skostank. I kind of want it.
I was thinking like you could abbreviate it and just say Skank, but then Skank has its own,
Yes, it does. Yes,
so
it does.
It's probably not going to fly.
No,
why do you have a shirt that says
unless
Skank,
you made it SK and then did a slash and then A and K, right? Skank, right?
like where you're going with this. All right, we'll put it on the charcoal board. And
Yeah, there you go.
That's right,
I'll
right.
put it on my,
revisit this
I'll put it on
idea.
my whiteboard over here, and
Throw it on the
I'll
whiteboard,
circle
see
it.
what sticks, right?
I'll circle it and put a star next to it.
There you go.
Hey, wait, before are we going to talk about the Lord Renault situation?
Yeah,
'Cause
so let's talk about that too.
Yeah.
too.
'Cause
Yeah.
I
They
got
need
questions,
weapons.
but I kind of also don't want to spoil things. If there's something we need to find out later on, I don't want you to like tell me.
Oh, I'm not going to
something.
tell you anything.
Well,
That's
right,
true.
yeah. Alan giving away secrets, please. Anyway, so but this whole thing about he's like, oh yeah, we had to do this, to basically swap in our I'm gonna call him the doppelganger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who later on, by the way, sounds kind of fancy. He kind of fits the bill. But he's like, you don't want to know more than the fact we replaced him. Because if he gets close enough to somebody else, they'll suss him out. And I'm like, what does that mean? Is he like three children in an overcoat who are like playing like I don't know. And so I was like, I'm so curious about this. And so when they actually meet him, and I know I'm jumping forward a little bit, I'm like waiting for them to be like, oh, he's actually just a bag of antlers that actually we've animated or something crazy like that. And so I'm like, what's the thing that's about him that's like so weird?
Yeah.
Again, I hope that it comes out that he's actually like a million ants from Rick and Morty, and that's actually it's a crossover between the Rick and Morty universe. That would be amazing. But anyway,
yeah,
I got questions.
But yeah, no, it was a really interesting interaction. Like they're talking about like yeah, so we'll just work with Lord Renault, and I was like, how'd you get a nobleman on your side? And like Kelsier just smiles, and there's like, you killed him, didn't you? And he smiles even more. He's like,
he tosses him a coin, right? Ham gives a coin because they had money on it.
You son of a bitch.
And this Joker is like, oh, Gatsby swoon, let me clutch my pearls. Oh, you killed a man. Like, oh no, come on.
Yeah, so Renault's their man, and he is not Renault, but he is Renault now.
And the whole plan with him is right. He's going to control the shipping line, right, for the weapons,
right? For the weapons,
is also a pivotal part of the you have
to arm
surviving and thriving through this.
To do rebellion, you got to arm them,
and we start getting hints of the fact that Kelsier is loaded.
Oh yeah.
This guy was loaded at some point in time. Like he had money for days. He was like, "I got your boxing."
Yeah, at this point, he's like, "Yeah, I've been rich. Now I just want to do some shit. I want to call
right."
Yeah,
you start picking up little hints of that, and it keeps like kind of getting peppered through the next 3 chapters. So yeah.
Money ain't a thing, right?
Mm-hmm,
money ain't a thing.
I just want to acknowledge a comment here. Do I hear merch plotting? I wouldn't say it's merch plotting. More so, I just want a cool T-shirt.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no. Tree's our graphic artist that does all of our design. She designed our logo.
No shit.
Tree's one of our mods. So yeah, so Tree gets excited when Tree hears merch plot, which means we're going to go to her to.
There we go.
There we go.
Jump on it, Tree. Jump on it.
You hear any good ideas? Just jump right in there.
Yeah,
absolutely. We trust you.
I'm a fiend for all things clothing and shoes, and goddamn, it's a problem.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Lord Renault is fascinating. Love his whole deal. Yeah.
Also calling an old guy like him a bag of antlers.
I don't know where I came up with that from. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious, dude. You're on a roll.
Yeah.
I'm getting hot from laughing. I gotta unbutton my shirt.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just why I did the button up anymore.
That's what a key part of this plot is Renault and try to figure out that whole angle. And that's also where Vin comes in with Renault to put her into society to get to work those angles
on the politics and
to start to try to get the house war going
to the noble street.
Yeah, and to sow chaos and try to get the house war going. I mean, that's a big part of it too. Get the nobles to fight.
Yeah.
That, by the way, I'm gonna admit that when they start talking about like kind of feuding between the houses and stuff, had some Wheel of Time vibes going on there. It brought me back to that series because, of course, that comes up a bit, in that series as well. So I was like, oh, okay, which is a smart thing. If you can have your enemies take each other out.
Oh yeah, get some infighting. It's good to go.
Yeah.
People blaming other people for stuff. It's That works.
Mhm.
And that's the thing about and Kelsier realizes too, because I mean, a Mistborn Ska is unheard of. So if they can attack as a Mistborn like Kelsier just did, do you think they're gonna blame Ska for that attack?
Oh yeah, no, they ain't gonna blame Scott. They were like, "Oh yeah, you used your Mistborn to take out my people," blah 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 blah, and which is brilliant because their assumption is they're too lowborn. They don't know what that's all about, and there's no possibility a Mistborn is actually like
Ska,
in
yeah.
the Ska community at all. So
Right. Yeah.
It makes sense. It's a perfect. I mean, it's a good plan all around.
It is.
So that chapter like really laid out kind of the plan and everyone's roles in it, right? It was like, Ham is in charge of training.
Yep.
Breeze is in charge of recruiting.
Mhm.
We got Vin, who's going to be like kind of the infiltrator into the noble houses,
Right.
like letting them know what's going on, what they're talking about.
Mhm.
So I can't remember what else, but
Clubs. I mean, Clubs is there to help with his carpentry, so he can help make weapons and things like that
Clubs
too.
is just consummate badass. Yes.
yeah, he volunteered to be the like weapons crafter, but they were like, we're gonna need a shit ton of weapons, so we might have to go a little extreme on this.
Yeah, but he was also talking about like wood weapons and possibly arrows, which I understand you don't want to have a lot of metal, obvious, but he was like, yeah, we're going to use this stuff. And Kel is like, no, we need some like swords and shields and like some like serious and armor. I think he actually said too. He's like, we need some real stuff, even if it's metallic based, but to take on the this group. Which checks out,
Then straight out of a scene from a movie or TV show, the end scene is them like, well, what are we going to do about the Steel Inquisitors, the Steel Ministry? Like, how are we going to deal with them? And Kelsey goes, I'm just going to let my brother deal with it. And then you hear, the hell you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in comes Marsh. We get to meet Marsh.
Yes, Marsh.
Kelsier's brother. Has some words to say with Kelsier. We'll get to that next chapter. But yeah. Like Kelsey's excited though. He's like, Marsh, excited to see him. And so is Eden. Eden's really excited to see Marsh. Marsh, it is you. Welcome back. And Marsh is not impressed at all. Just kind of like, yeah, I'm here. I want to speak to my little brother privately. You guys can get out because we got to talk about what's going on.
We're gonna hash some things out.
Marsh came in exactly the way I expected him to, like just that kind of quiet confidence and like, we got some things to work out over here.
He's older brother vibes.
Yep. He's like, I appreciate your Ocean's 11 meeting, but you need to go ahead, shut that down right now. Let me chit chat with my bro Helms. And and they were like, yep, respect, bye.
Yeah.
And so I get it. And
they all leave the room, and of course Vince sneaks back to listen.
Yeah.
Little sneaker.
Little sneaky.
Which of course, I mean, obviously she keeps tabs on everybody, so there's no way you can assume she's gonna walk away because she has no trust for anybody, and this dude just walked in. Yeah. So she's like, I need to hear the play-by-play.
Yeah.
So I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Get it. So anything from this chapter before we move on to chapter 7?
No, it was a good chapter. Again, and I appreciate the whole strategy session thing. I like the fact that I found out that they were not nearly as coordinated as I thought they were going to be. I thought they had it all together.
This comment here, Kelsier with the board was very Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fire. Yeah. Also the whole crew, meeting talking about the plan out of like some ocean. We've talked about Ocean's 11, like such a good scene.
And this is the problem with me reading these books multiple times and not remembering what happens in which chapter. Last episode, I mentioned the Koloss. That was in this chapter, and the Koloss were mentioned because they mentioned the Koloss armies in this chapter. Being outside the city, like, the Koloss won't come in because it'll destroy everything.
Have they gone in depth on that yet? Because it's just the
not
Koloss.
At all. There's
it's like,
them
what the fuck is the Koloss?
There's mention that there's this thing called the Koloss, and they live on the countryside, and there's a whole army of them, but they won't dare bring them into a city.
Right.
They just eat corn and fuck shit up, or what? We don't know.
Sure.
They did whiskey bastards, so we don't know what they're gonna do.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yep, exactly. So yeah. So move on to chapter 7. This is where it takes right off where Marsh and Kelsey are talking. It's not the most friendly of conversations
Nope.
at all. Marsh is like, "What the hell are you doing, Kelsey? Like, why? Like, I know you. I know you. You're my little brother. Why are you screwing these people over? Like, you're not trying to do anything they're good. Like, what's your end game? Are you trying to get rich again? Is this your score? Like, what are you doing, Kelsey? Because like, what, me? No, I'm really trying to help the people. It's like, you only look out for number one. Like that's who you are.
I feel like Marsh is basically a surrogate for the reader.
Mm.
He is questioning Kel the same way we're all questioning Kel because it's
Right.
like we do not know his motivations right
Why
now.
are you so invested?
It's
Yeah.
like it does not check out. It's like you sound like you're kind of a lone wolf out here, but now you're like, I'm with the rebellion, but you haven't been with the rebellion before now. And it just
Right.
the whole thing just is, it seems weird. It's like, what was your heel turn moment where you realize I need to help, my people? And I can see it again. So when that whole chapter and
Yeah.
when Marsh is talking, I swear I feel like everything he was saying was things I was saying the whole time. I was like,
Right.
this ain't checking out. Like, why all of a sudden you doing this? You
Right.
still, and even when he talks about, hey, these are the names of all the people you killed last night.
Right.
And I was like, that's what I'm thinking the whole time. It's like these are all ska. These are like your
Right.
people.
And Kelsey's
He's
like,
like, well,
screw
they're
them. They're working
traitors
for Noble. And Marsh's like, no, you're killing innocent people. Like, stop, Kelsey. Like,
Yeah.
like, because Kel could care less.
Right.
But yeah, it's and then President Furley goes, well, what's your plan? What you gonna do? It's like, we're still ATM. Marsh's like, okay, there it is. Yep. Okay.
Right,
Gotcha.
right,
Like, you're just trying to get rich.
Right. Because you know it exists and you know
Yeah.
how where it's at. And
Right.
again, the whole time I'm hearing it, I'm like, he's asking the same questions I've been asking the whole time reading this book. I'm like, good for you. Thank you for fleshing this out.
Yeah.
What are the answers? So
But he digs deeper and kind of like gets into like the psychology / I'm your brother. I know you've been through some shit, and like starts asking about, people have changed, this and that. And then it gets down to the whole, he lost his wife and she played a pivotal role, and kind of
that was a moment.
Dark turn for a second.
Yeah.
But when I read that, I was like, you know what? Maybe a lot of this is fueled by like, anger or regret or whatever you want to call it. And he's just like kind of lost, but he wants to seek revenge in some form or fashion.
Right.
That's kind of where I went. I don't know what you guys thought on that, but
Yeah. I
But
mean,
that mutual respect for his wife, though.
Yeah, Marsh took a
You
dark
could tell.
turn. Yeah, I mean, he says like, sometimes I wish it wasn't you that survived the pits, and
he's like, me too.
I wish that every
Me too.
day.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah. I'm
It's
like,
crazy.
yeah, that's cool that they both had that love for her.
Yeah,
It was literally like 3 paragraphs, but those 3 paragraphs were like very profound. Like
Sure.
Mhm.
one of the biggest part of that chapter, I think, or the first half.
right.
Yeah, it got very deep there.
Yeah.
So, which I
I get
appreciate.
deep. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep drinking.
Yeah.
No.
Wow,
All right, Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah.
I drink and I know things.
I
Go
appreciate
in.
There you go. And it ends with Marsh, like saying, even though he's cynical about the whole thing, like, all right, I'm gonna leave for good now, at least for a while, and then I'll come back and hear your insane plan once you're all hashed out, and then we'll see.
Right.
He's not saying no, he's not saying yes.
Right.
He's saying, you know what, figure everything out, all this chalkboard crap. I'm not coming in right now because this is bullshit. Like figure your shit out, and then I'll come back and maybe
I'm gonna help you with like the final say. Make sure you're doing the right thing here,
Right.
as a big brother would.
Yeah.
I'm having a brain fart. What is his missing power? I forgot.
He's a seeker, I believe. So
Yeah, I think he is a
can
seeker.
He can sense.
It's the secret. Okay, got it.
He can. Yeah, he's a seeker. He can sense
Got it.
other elements
Wait,
being used.
no. Yeah, so Marsh, like, he could have been Inquisitor. He has the same power as the Inquisitors.
Right.
By the way, that was a cool line when he said, this is going back to last chapter. He said, one Steel Inquisitor can take out 1,000 people. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, I missed that. Damn.
Yeah, he said it in chapter 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense because I didn't read that
Kel
one.
says that. And he's like, Kel says it's like one Steel Inquisitor can check out 1,000 people. So when they say they're gonna get an army of 10,000, I was like, oh my god! So they need a whole lot of freaking people.
Yeah,
to take out that many.
What
so
is
it'd be
their
10
power?
Steel Inquisitors would take out their
Yeah, 10 dudes.
Or 10 dudes would take
Anyway.
out their- yeah, that's
Sorry.
The Steel Inquisitors as Seekers, they can detect when people are using Allomancy, right? So they see kind of like a bubble like going on. They just feel the energy going on somewhere, and they seek it out.
Vin used it later in this chapter where you could see like he felt the vibration coming off when Kelsier was using it. So something started vibrating, and that's what Kelsier did to the Steel Inquisitor. So now you go back a couple chapters ago when they were leaving the ministry, and Kelsier wanted to get the Steel Inquisitor to chase him. He pulled at the Steel Inquisitor motions on purpose because immediately the Steel Inquisitor turned and looked at Kelsier. He's like, "Gotta run!"
Which of course now it all makes sense, but at the time I was like, I don't get why he like turned away from what he was doing at the time. But
because it's suspected that she can do it. They think that she's doing that.
Right.
But he felt Kelsier. I mean, at that point, it's like all attention runs. Yeah.
Right. Plus, at that point in time, she was actually kind of waning on her reserves that she had, so it was probably getting weak.
Right.
Whereas he's like, drank the little, Popeye formula. And he's like, "Hey, I got it," and
Yep. Indeed. Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see. So
it's gone. I forgot.
So yes, we find out that Vin is like, snooping, of course.
Of course,
she because she's gonna be snooping because she trusts nobody.
Yeah, Kel tries to call her out for it because Kel knows, and she's like, "I know what you're talking about." Whatever. Like, you can keep that act going. I mean, it's fine, but
then they transition from Marsh and Kel's interaction to the training.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of begins.
Yeah. So chapter 7, I was kind of like light on notes. It was like just two brothers just kind of just chit chatting and talking about some stuff. And
but the second half of chapter 7 is the whole training montage. So it's
Kel,
the first half is brothers. Second half is Kelsier goes to Vin's room. Vin's acting like she's sleeping. And he's like, "So you joined our conversation?" She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." It's like, "All right,
you weren't asleep.
You weren't asleep. Get up. We're going outside. We're training right now."
Right.
But he's like, "I got a present for you then." And she's like, "Wait, what? A present? What's that?" And it's a Mistborn cloak.
Yep.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Great. Yeah, it's very symbolic.
Yeah.
Again, I really am waiting to hear more about what this cloak does. Because I mean, other than the fact, by the way, it's kind of badass that he's like, if you're just wearing it and no one questions anything about what you're doing just by the fact of you having it on,
right?
That's already badass. But I keep waiting for something to come up to say, "Oh, well, while you're wearing this cloak, you never have to poop again," or something like that. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear. I'm waiting to hear what the special thing is about this cloak. I feel there's more to it. That's just me. I'm just like reserving judgment. I'm waiting for the Harry Potter, like, "Oh, you put it on, you go invisible," or something. I don't. Who knows? But I want to hear all the things.
If I ever did cosplay, I'd want to do a Mistborn cloak. It'd be fun.
It sounds completely badass. I mean, really.
Flying.
I'm sure if I get on DeviantArt, I'm sure there's some amazing artwork.
Oh, there is.
Looks like.
There is.
I will admit, by the way, I had to go on DeviantArt. I'm jumping ahead to see what a mist wraith looks like because they explained it and I could not wrap my head around it.
Oh, it was like a blob with
And I was like, I can't. And I was like, DeviantArt will have it, and sure enough, I did. And DeviantArt always delivers. Somebody who knows, reads these things, understands it, and has artistic capabilities.
Oh yeah.
They delivered again, so I was like, "Oh, I get it now." So
it looks like a blob.
With the cloak, I have not looked it up on DeviantArt. I'm going to go on DeviantArt and see the expressions of what they got for the cloak because I want to just see artistic interpretations of that too. That's got to be badass. It just sounds badass. I mean, these guys are jumping over walls with these cloaks and stuff. I'm like,
with all the tassels.
Oh, it's got to be badass,
that's
right?
Cool. Yeah. But so they go outside the train and they start with the the metals again, and and start going more into it. He listed all the different metals that there are. Starts going the power to the first one. So like, okay, we're gonna do emotional elements because that's what you're used to first. The soothing and riders. We're gonna soothe emotions. We're gonna ride emotions. Okay, let's go. Let's try a different metal now. He goes, all right, I want you to, burn another one. She picks 10, and everything like immediately brightens up. Like she can see everything, see through the mist and everything like that. It's like, and also gets a little bit into like how some of them burn faster than others, and how you can use things different ways. And it's really, really fascinating, at least to me.
My notes about all the metals, and I was like, I need to make sure
Oh,
and I need to
nice.
know what the push and pull was between metals and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
I was sitting there like just furiously writing all this stuff down.
Yeah.
I
I
was like,
love that.
I was
That's
like,
awesome.
finally, here we
Yeah.
go. So, yeah.
Yeah. And she'd never ever seen stars before because of the ash mountains and this constant
That
haze
was
and
such a
fog.
cool thing. I felt like Matrix vibes on that.
Yeah.
We don't know who did it, but somebody burned the sky or whatever they
Yeah,
say. I can't remember what they said. Somebody
the ash
scorched the
mountains,
sky.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, they couldn't even see stars, and so she
Actually,
could only see stars when she actually burned 10. I was like,
Yeah, he
ah.
actually mentioned that everything used to be green, and Vince's like, green? That's weird. Like,
Yeah.
like everything's brown. All
She's
plants
like,
are brown. Like,
green plants, and I was like, holy cow, I can't even imagine.
They should the Lord Ruler. It was part of his kind of like thing was to cloud everything and make people forget that you used to be able to see the stars. I felt like,
Yeah.
oh man, this man's trying to like crush people's dreams and like
Mhm.
But let's also
uninspire
remember
hope.
he's talking about they keep talking about ash. I didn't even think about this until it was about the whole stars thing. Think about walking through California smog all the time because
Okay.
ash is everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's
just
gotta be,
it literally is raining ash all the time.
it's
I mean,
raining ash all
the first
the
line
time.
of the book is ash fell. Like it's just constantly
So-
just raining ash.
These people don't even know what a clear sky looks like. They don't know what it's like to just like walk through land and not just be halfway cloudy all the time. Or foggy. I'm sorry, I meant to say foggy. Foggy all the time. It's insane. So,
Be careful looking at fan art. Sometimes spoil yourself. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can send you some. I'll find some.
Look,
stuff to send you.
I'm open to anybody who wants to send me recommendations for some fan art because
Yeah.
I just want to see this cloak. I want to see this cloak and this
Yeah, when you do like
badass.
fan art by chapter.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah,
But
so
thanks for that. Thanks for that warning. I appreciate that.
yeah, but does the 10
Definitely.
first, and and says, you can go and keep that on so you can see everything, hear everything, and she's just like, it's kind of unsettling because you can hear all the scrapes and like things moving, and like don't know how close it is because you're not used to it, and like because all your senses are enhanced, like.
Yeah, you were saying like there's a kind of a good and a bad, like Alondo,
Mhm.
you've said the yin and the yang, but it's like
Yeah.
imagine if you're burning 10, you've got your hearing enhanced, and all of a sudden somebody clanks on a pan in the kitchen, and it's like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
so it's like
and is it?
you
Oh
have to
man,
be careful.
dude.
it's like
I
night
appreciate the
vision
fact you
goggles are
brought that
flashing a
up.
flashlight at you, and you're like, you have to take your
Yeah.
goggles off real fast because you
Right.
get blinded. Like,
Yeah.
Because I mean, as a comic book reader, and I know about all these superheroes, all these people have, they never talk about the ramifications of people having these superpowers. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, Superman has super hearing, but literally, he should be able to hear like a million people at the same time.
Right,
That would run a normal person insane.
right.
It's like what's
And-
the Jim Carrey movie where he's
The mask.
The mask.
no, where he plays God.
Evan
and he gets to the point where
Bruce
like
Almighty.
his,
Bruce
yeah,
Almighty,
he hears
yeah.
all the prayers and he's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god!"
Right, it's
So kind of-
overwhelming, right?
Yeah,
Or
And it
even
makes-
the original Daredevil movie where like his sleep is a deprivation tank because he can hear so well, and yeah, that's
he
Right.
needs that
good comic books.
solitude. Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, I appreciate the fact that he talks about all the ramifications of all this stuff, and he's like, and for everyone, he was like, "This is the negative." So
Yeah.
yes, it's great having the superpower. This could happen. By the way, you could pull something to you and impale yourself
could go through
and
your
die.
body. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that gets the next one, do the opposite of 10 because like, so that's all your external senses. So what happens is you make yourself stronger internally, and that's pewter, which makes you super strong, where you can withstand pain. You're stronger, like basically a giant, I guess, adrenaline dosage.
Yeah.
it's the Popeye
Yeah,
Popeye spinach vibes.
pewter.
Right.
So,
But then we hold something over your head and then have that thing wear out.
but it
Boom,
burns
you're getting
fast.
crushed.
Yeah, but it burns fast. So
Right.
that's the downside to it.
I really appreciate the fact that Sanderson throws that in, because it's like, yeah, you have a lot of power, but you also can't just be like reckless with it. Like you have to tame that shit in, otherwise like it's like with great power comes great responsibility kind of thing,
Right.
It's cool. Got a good insight into that.
And then goes into copper and bronze, which is copper, or does bronze first, which reveals allomancy. So that's a seeker. Right. And they can sense people that are using. And then, she says go the other way. And, it's, all of a sudden Kelsier stops. She can't sense it anymore. And she's like, yeah, I just started burning copper. So that hides, and it creates a cloud. It explains that anyone within the vicinity of someone burning copper also can use their allomancy, and no one can see them either. So
it's like in like a little bubble, basically.
Yeah, it makes a bubble. Yeah.
Which all great stuff. Of course, I'm excited about that. I was like, oh, this explains it all. That's the reason why I was furiously writing about all of that.
And then he stops. He's like, all right, let's go for a walk further. And like, Evan's like, he didn't tell me the last two. He's still trying to hide something. Like he's still, and you find out later why. Because it's like, and she tries it. She sees all the blue lines, and Kelsier realizes like, yeah, don't use those ones yet. We'll get to that.
Right. But I mean, of course, now I have to go back and read chapter 5 again, because when he does that whole thing where he infiltrates that that Lord's
Lord Venture's
venture, right? Because when he explained like the whole thing about like when he fell off that freaking balcony, pulls the freaking safe with him, and then like flips over and then pushes himself off of it. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna have a much better understanding of how that all worked now versus then, because it's all about weight difference and what happens. Right. So
I love that comment. Pace yourself, young Padawan. When she's like, he didn't tell me about the other two medals. It's like,
Cool your
jets there.
Cool your jets. We'll get there. So they get to the wall, and that's where Kelsier's like, all right, so now we're gonna learn about the last two. She's like, oh, he is gonna teach me. And it's like, yeah, we are. And at first she tries to pull a piece of metal without his permission, and she almost impales herself.
She's like, that nail attacked me
on a rusty nail. That would have been a great ending to the book. Just rusty nail just impales her through the throat. It's like, end of book.
Done. It's like, this is why I waited to tell you how this works, because you kind of learn you can kill yourself using this one. Like this one can be bad, and she does it. Like, she's like, all right, now take this little chip and throw it against shoot it, and she pushes it, keeps pushing it, hits the wall, and then she gets flown backwards, and Kelsier catches her. It's like yeah, you could. It's based on your weight. And how strong you're pushing, but it's all based on your weight. So if something's larger than you, you're going to move back.
And I appreciate that so much, because it explains why when that safe hit and Kel fell on top of it, and then when it hit the ground and he was able to push himself up,
back up.
I did not understand how that worked, because it hit the ground, it stopped. It had
now he's pushing off the ground.
So then he pushed off the ground. So I was like, now I get it. Thank you.
So with this wall, when the coin hit the wall, because the wall is heavier than Vin,
right,
she goes
flying back. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that's
but
physics
again,
101.
Right. Well,
easy.
Yeah.
Science.
Go ahead, Thomas Dolby.
I'm gonna keep drinking.
So and Kelsier's like, all right, so the next step is we're just gonna go and jump over this wall, and like she's like, we're gonna do what? And Kelsier like doesn't explain anything else, just throws a piece of metal down and like shoots up himself over the wall, and she's like, like, am I supposed to be scared? Like, it's just, I guess he explains to her, it's like, well, want to lose balance? It's like, you've been balancing your entire life, like. It's the same. Like it's
already in you.
Already in you. You already have internal balance. Just go up.
Right. It's almost like don't overthink it. Like
just
you are, and you have the power. You just gotta believe in your ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that's how
we
chapter. Right there at the wall. So,
so she jumps over that wall, and
not gracefully.
No, definitely not. And then when she does that whole gracefully falling,
Yeah.
Situation, and she's kind of off balance. And I thought for sure when she said something about the earring, I expected him to say, "Oh, yeah, it's because of the earring." No, it wasn't because of the earring, because that basically has no impact. She's
Right.
just off balance. So
Yeah, because it's in her. Yeah, they explained that in a little bit. Like as long as as long as the metal's in you,
in you,
you
It's
can't.
like,
You can't.
in case you're wondering, those metals that you're drinking, they can't touch those either.
Yeah,
right.
because once it's inside of you, they can't be touched. Like so, you
Oh,
can't
good to know. I hadn't thought about
rip
that.
them out of your stomach.
Rip them out of my stomach.
Yeah.
I feel I'm. This is another prediction I'm gonna go ahead and make right now. I've already made the one about Kelsier. I stand by that prediction. Anybody who doesn't know, I predict I think Kelsier's gonna get killed. I think he's gonna be too just out here, too bold. He's gonna get cut down. I feel like they're gonna rely on the fact that because these metals are in their bodies, everybody thinks that can't be affected. Something's gonna happen where they're gonna be able to bypass that and use the metals that are in your body against you. I'm just saying that's
interesting.
And the reason why I say that is because I feel like that's the way they're gonna end up taking down the big bad.
Okay.
Is be able to use the metals that he has in him and that he can use against him some way, shape, or form.
Interesting. Okay.
So I know a long prediction, but I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, I feel like that's how they're gonna take him down.
That'd be a big yang to the yin.
Yeah, big yang.
Yeah.
Big yang.
Man. Yeah.
I like that.
Big push and pull right there. Yes.
Yeah. So they start wandering out into the wilderness. Vince's really nervous about this because inside the city walls, it's one thing to go on the mist, but everything she's ever learned about being outside the walls it's dangerous being on the mist. And Kelsier's just kind of nonchalant, like just walking or whatever. And she notices burning her tent that something's following her.
Yeah.
And she looks back and sees something move, and she's like, Kelsier, we're being followed. And Kelsier's like, what? Like deep in thought, like, oh, we are? Oh, yeah, this is a mystery. And she's like, a what? Like, the thing that we've always been taught eats people and, like, it kills people. It's like, oh, you want to go see it?
Like, it mimics people, by the way, because remember, in the I think it was the prologue, that the lady said, no, my daughter came back, and she said, and it was not a mist wraith. And I was like, so mist wraiths can impersonate people? I was so confused.
We know they can have like human heads because this one did.
And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And I wrote a note.
Yeah, 8 rib cages, like 16 arms, and just kind of like awkwardly.
I was like, but is there a way someone can look at a mist wraith and think, oh, yeah, that's my daughter? No, it has like 17 rib cages and like, blah, 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 blah.
They're terrifying to look at, but essentially they're scavengers and they're
it's like
Mistborn, they're harmless.
They come across a dead body and they're like, hey, absorb it like Kirby, and and keep on moving.
And Kelsier's like, I think they're just gonna follow. It's gonna follow us because it's gonna think we're dropping stuff or something like that. It's gonna,
for some breadcrumbs.
It's a lot like sharks and sailboats. Like whenever you're sailing, they always say like when you're sailing long distance over oceans, there's 9 times out of 10 there's a shark following you at all times because boats throw stuff overboard. So sharks are not dumb. So they see a boat and they just follow it for days.
Right.
Easier to do that than hunt.
Right. So
hell yeah.
Boats. So like you'll
save that energy.
You can look if you're doing long distance sailing, you'll look back and every once in a while you'll see fins behind you, and it's like, the shark's falling.
That's terrifying.
We call them the sea puppies.
I'll never do that.
Little sea puppies following us.
Okay.
How do you feel comfortable?
Reason 370. I'm not doing that.
Right, like 17-day ocean passing. Like I need to take a shower. Like nah, I can wait another 15 days. We're good.
Yeah, but I mean, these people who I see like go out in these like like middle of the ocean like sailing voyages and stuff, and then jump out in the water and swim. I'm like,
no.
I've done it. It's
no.
You keep someone on watch for when the sharks come up, and then they do come up.
Children and your wife, please do not do that anymore.
Yo, give me
I'm nervous for you now.
Yeah. I need to.
One of the guys I sailed with, I mean, like he was ridiculous and reckless. We had a oceanic white-tip that was following us. This was in the Pacific Ocean, and we stopped, put the sails down to go for a swim, and it came next to the boat, and I was like, "There's a shark in the water. We're not getting in." He's like, that's that little guy. It's like a 6-foot oceanic white-tip. He climbs on the side of the boat, and then like people's elbow, like the rock, just jumps in the water and elbow drops the shark.
Hopefully he hit it. Otherwise,
he did.
like,
he did. The shark ran off, like scared out of his mind.
No.
If you're gonna elbow drop a shark, you better be accurate. Otherwise,
Oh yeah,
No.
he hit the shark. He laid around on the shark's back, and the shark took off scared. He's like, yeah, they're puppies.
And then he
They'll run
immediately
away.
started his MMA career. Because he was like, well, you
and
know.
the shark sued him for injuries.
Well, they came
Of
back
course,
after
of
about
course,
a minute or
right.
two. They came back, and then we all got out of the water. 'Cause
The
once you're-
litigation was crazy bad on that. They actually
Underwater
filed a class
litigation.
action lawsuit of all
Yeah.
things.
First underwater
exactly.
class action lawsuit.
You actually traumatized all sharks with your
Yeah.
your drop elbow off the coming off the side of the boat. So
he was a little reckless, but yeah, we went out
Mm.
there, and a shark did show up when we all jumped in, and someone was on watch, and we had to get out of the water.
He sounds like
Mhm.
he's got some Kel vibes.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. But yeah, now I'm still in the middle of the ocean, and yeah, the sharks show up eventually. But you just get out fast.
Thank you for reason 370. Like I said before, that I will not be doing that. So.
Still not taking a
Yep,
dip in
yep,
the ocean
yep.
with sharks.
Yeah. It's more the sharks. That part didn't bother me because you can see them as much as it is when you're in that deep of water and you look down. Because there's just something
nothing there.
eerie about looking down into thousands and thousands and thousands of
Yes.
feet of water, and
That's what happened. I mean, so I was
staring into the abyss.
So I'm in the Philippines and I'm like on this island, and it was like, of course, everywhere outside of America, you look out in the water, it's like clear as hell. I like walk out like 12 feet into the water, and it's like a cliff
Yep.
underwater.
Yep.
And I look, and I'm like swimming over this thing. I was like, nope, can't do that.
This is my limit.
Drop off.
Turn right back around. I'm like, this is like thousands of feet going straight
down.
That's where Bruce hangs out.
Yeah, on the edge. You don't want to go
Bruce
over the
or
edge.
Beelzebub, whichever one.
You don't want to swim over the edge. The edge is actually where a lot of predators hang out. But you can look over. You can look over. You don't want to swim over the edge. But it's,
No. I was good right where I was at. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and join this volleyball on the beach. So
yeah,
with a pina colada. Yeah, Alan, how much rum did you have when you took showers in the ocean?
How much what?
How much had you been drinking? Like,
usually no, we were pretty dry actually when we were at sea.
I have to be drunk to do some shit like that.
And most of the time when we showered on the boat, like we took an ocean shower, which is most of the time what we did. Like we just use we would lather up on the deck and then take a bucket and dip it in, and just dump it. Like we would
see that's how I would do it.
That
there we
good.
go.
I like
now
that
we're talking about
And most of the time that's what we did. Because most of the time we didn't want to get in the water just because we didn't know what was in there.
Well, welcome.
Because it could have been a jellyfish. Even just one jellyfish that's like poisonous could be enough to like really take you out.
I came face to face with sea snakes. I mean, yeah, there's some scary stuff out there. Yeah.
Eels.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so
Welcome, Dana.
Miss Wraith following him like a puppy dog. Yeah, it's Zool. That's not Dana. It's Zool. There's only Zool. There's no Dana. There's only Zool.
Zool. I love it. Yes. I love that.
I tried.
There's no Dana.
There's only Zool. Yeah, Dana's one of our mods too. Yeah.
Nice.
She goes by Zool.
Huge fan of that.
Yeah. So eventually they make their way after talking about Miss Wraiths and saying not that big of a deal over to a carriage that's waiting for them by the main road.
Right.
And we get to meet another one of my favorite characters that we don't get to really meet that well, but Sazed, the manservant, a terrace man. And we haven't met one of these, but we know the noble keep them as servants a lot.
Right.
We learned that much from this chapter, and we know a little bit from the little blips at the beginning of the chapter about traveling the terrace, and they talk about that in those little like short blips before each chapter where they're talking about their the deepness and everything like that, and they're going to terrace. But yeah, so it's a terrace man.
Which is terrace man a race? What is a terrace man?
It's kind of it's a race. They
so
do look
obscure.
different. They do look different, but they're not like a completely different species or anything like that. It's
do they just live in the mist? Or are they like escorts? Like
no, there's a whole land they're from. It's called terrace. But they're prized servants, and most of them are known to be like a servant type society. So like they're not a slave type society. They go to find contracts, and that's kind of part of their culture.
So they're not indentured. They like do it, by choice.
Mm-hmm.
and by the way, completely cultured and crazy brilliant. Like he's like, oh, I know what's going on because it comes up later. He's like, oh, I know the
Yeah.
situation because
Yeah.
because Vin is like, does he know? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And
It's
she's
like,
kind of
why
like,
would terrorism join the rebellion? It's like,
and
oh
he's like,
shit.
oh, are you talking about? He like lays it all down. Did that, and that, and the thing, and the thing, and the thing. And she's like, yeah, all of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I guess you're
Yeah.
further ahead than I am.
But before we get there, like, so they get inside the coach, and this is where Vince is like, "Listen, I don't trust you at all. I know you're holding back from me. You talked about the 8 medals, but you mentioned there's 2 more. You're not even teaching me those. Like, this is just sketchy." And it's like, and Kelsier just kind of lays it out. It's like, "You want out? You can just leave." She's like, "I can't afford to leave this point." He's like, "Here, gold's okay. Here's 3,000 boxings. Like, you want out? You can leave. Here's your money.
Like it's nothing." He's just like, whatever.
Like, you can leave. I'm not. You're not being held against your will here. Like it's not. This is not what this is. Like I want you to be here, and I want you to be with me. But trust is important amongst my entire team. And Vince's like, bullshit. No one ever trusts anybody in this society. It's like this is what we bank on. We're a family here, and we trust each other, and this is how we are. And yeah,
he knows that she's already bought into it, but he also knows that this is the first time they're truly like stepping outside of the comfort zone and like leaving.
Right.
And he's like, all right, cool. You can fucking bounce, but I know you're not going to. Here's some money. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's like a power move.
Yeah.
It's like having a dog, taking a dog off a leash and being like, you'll run around a little bit. You're going to come back to me.
But who feeds you?
You're going to come back to me.
I guarantee
treats. You.
I got the treats right here.
Right.
Shake.
You can't buy your own kibbles and bits, so you will come back to me right here. So,
But yeah,
she tries to leave. She
thinks about it.
Considers it.
Yeah, she gives it some serious consideration. Yes.
But still wants to see where this plays out. And he even says, like, I'll teach you about the other 2. That's fine. Like, if you want to, we'll go back. I'll teach you the other 2 and let you go on your way. Yeah. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm not holding it back from you. That's not what this is. Like, it's just,
Vin, but she sees the opportunity and she's got the hunger and she's like, I think I should stick around. I think I should hang around here because there's some cool shit happening.
Plus, Kel has never not delivered on what he said he would do
so far,
which is something she has not dealt with up until now. Up until now, everyone else has like promised her things and not delivered. So she's used to being betrayed, whether it be a brother or the people she's like, indentured to, whatever. This is somebody who so far has delivered on everything he said he's going to do. And even in the moment that she said, I might leave, he's still like, I'll still train you. I'll still tell you the other stuff.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't have to.
Yeah.
So again, cool move.
Yeah. And and this also, I think this is also around the same time where she talks about Marsh and they had the whole that we already talked about a little bit, but the whole, how many times did he beat you growing up? It's like,
that line was like, oh man, I gotta admit, I had I had the misty eye on that one. I was like, oh man, so she's just, that's what she's used to, even from like her own fam, getting beaten. No, she's had a rough life. This poor lady.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, they get to Lord Renew's estate, and we get to meet Lord Renew, who is a very, very fancy gentleman.
Yes.
Comes out and
you thought Breeze was fancy, but now no. He's on that another level of fancy. Yeah.
And Vin notices that all the servant and Scott there seem to be happy, and she's super confused by all this. She's like, this is not normal, and maybe he is telling some kind of truth here. And gets a little sketched out again because leaves her with Sazed and says, I need to go talk to Lord Renew alone, and I'll leave you with Sazed. And she's like, oh, here he goes again. He's not, and she's like, but why should he? Like, she starts thinking to herself, like, why should he include me in every single thing? Like, that'd be a little weird if he did. Like, I mean, this is like, and Sazed being Sazed, it's just great. Like, just stands behind her. It's like,
he stands behind her, and then she's like, that's kind of weird. And so he then walks up next to her.
He's like, I'm just kidding. He's like, wait, Terrence actually has sense of humor. So he goes, hey, you said you can have sense of humor. Like,
yeah. I like him a lot, though. He's cool people. That's a dude that probably is a lot more dangerous than you think he is.
Yeah.
Because you probably are going to underestimate him. So,
And he offers to tell Vin about religions from the past as well. That's another thing that's really interesting.
That's right.
Because she asked her, what do you believe in? And that was
Belief.
really one of those like more philosophical type of questions. And it's like you can tell a lot of thing about someone based on what they believe in. She's like, well, I don't think I believe in anything. Goes, well, that says a lot too. Not
so you can blame her. I mean,
yeah. But it's just really interesting. That little philosophical moment with Says, it's always good.
Yeah.
Belief was definitely a theme.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh yeah. And so Renew comes back, and they talk about what part Vin's going to play. So at first they're like going to be a daughter, and she's like, "No, it won't work." Renew says that won't work at all. Maybe.
Oh, and the logic checked out. By the way, my man thought it through like quickly.
Yeah,
you can tell this is a guy that they have placed perfectly in that situation.
He's like, I don't have.
He broke it down.
Right. He's like, I'm a rising house.
Yep.
And if I have a daughter who is an eligible heir, like, it's gonna draw way too much attention. Like, because everyone's gonna want to court her, everyone's gonna marry for political reasons.
Yep.
And it's gonna be, But if she's my niece from like a obscure, she's allowed to come to all these things, but no one's gonna pay her any mind. No one cares about a subset niece from far off. So she's come to live with me close to the city just to, get more involved with the social life because her parents wanted that. She's my ward.
Again, this guy is the perfect doppelganger. He came in and he broke that down the way that nobility would break something down.
Yeah.
That the commoner or ska or whatever would not even fathom. And I was like, this is brilliant. I love it. The whole thing checked out. I was like, yep, he's perfect. I like everything about it. I still don't know what this like unmentionable thing is that they won't talk about him. Is I'm like, again, I'll go back to the bag of antlers, but I mean, I'm still thinking something's going on here with this guy.
Kelsier hints to it again because Vin asks him, like, what was all that about? Like, he's like, well, Renew's kind of, a little bit hesitant to talk about his condition,
Yeah, again, I hope he has a bag of antlers, but anyway. That'll be the best prediction ever. If we come to find out this guy has a bag of antlers, I hope I win. Whatever this game is, this imaginary game is that I've made up in my head, I hope I win. Bag of antlers.
Bag of antlers.
We need a t-shirt with that too.
Oh no.
Ska Stank and a bag of antlers.
The bag of antlers shirt. Oh. I have no choice. I'd have to wear it every day.
Yeah,
you could wear it every day.
Yeah, right.
Ska Stank and a bag of antlers. I love it.
You just rewear it so you develop the Ska Stank on your bag of antlers.
That's right. I just switch them out in the washing machine just every day.
So the problem with making too deep of cuts is that one, we'll be the only ones that ever get it, and two,
I know.
That's an internal shirt.
It's just for us.
Yeah,
we'll go back and be like, "Hey, listen to episode 3."
Yeah.
What's bag of antlers? You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. You wear it on public, people just look at you strange, like, what?
Because they're gonna think like, you're the worst hunter ever.
Anyways, yeah. So that's how we end this chapter with them plotting out what Vin's role is going to be, and they kind of come up with this idea, and that's where they're going to go. So,
back to the belief theme. They kind of wrap it up with Vin talking about. Well, Kelsier says, this, and this. This is what's going to happen. She goes, I ... believe you. And it's like, okay, that's a sign of trust right there. And then they go on later, and they kind of end part 1. Vin nodded slightly. A good man ... She said, I don't think I've ever known one of those before. Yeah. So she's like starting to believe in
right.
The
she asked Sazed,
relationship.
Is Kelsier a good man? And Sazed is like, yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's a good person.
No doubt. Yeah,
because she picked up he's actually somebody who has a little bit of a reputation to himself.
Sure.
She's like, well, I can ask him about Kel.
Yeah.
And get a confirmation of whether he's actually on the up and up or not.
Right.
And that gives just enough fortification to the idea that he actually is who he says he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's finally getting to a point she can
Yeah.
she can start to believe. Again, Matrix,
Yeah.
she's starting to believe.
And she's going to be trained by Sazed on the ways of the court because, well, servants, they know how.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
True.
So is
They know.
Sazin, you guys remember the dude from Game of Thrones, the bald guy who also
Varys.
always walked around like this?
Varys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Varys. I'm getting like kind of Varys vibes to Sazin there,
yeah.
like kind of smart
you know,
servant.
Who I thought of the whole time, and I'm gonna go ahead because I'm a rom-com guy. I'm gonna go ahead and just admit this outright. Princess Diaries. Hector Elizondo. Is that the way you say his name? He's the guy that actually trained Anne Hathaway in that movie, like her first big movie, and he was like the servant guy.
Sure.
He like taught her like all the ways and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I kept imagining the whole time I was listening to this portion of the chapter. That it's just a guy who's just an older guy who just knows the ways of how this thing all works, and he's like really calm. He's like, I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I'm just who I am, and but I'll train you up. I will bring you up into the ways of this. The way these royals interact with each other and all that kind of stuff, and I think that he's going to be successful. So
he's like, you ask me a question, I'll give you an answer. You may not like the answer, but it's going to be the right answer.
And I love people like that.
Yeah,
all day long. Please,
because I know what I'm talking about. So I don't care.
Exactly.
Somebody just says something about Sazed too.
Yeah, the fact that she was able to ask that to Sazed shows how how comfortable she immediately was with Sazed.
For sure, absolutely.
It says something about Sazed, like just how good of a character
he like puts off like comfort, like he makes people feel comfortable pretty quickly.
Yeah, but he's half joking, half serious.
Yep.
Very
knowledgeable.
Yeah, and he's
a smart guy.
He is really comfortable with who he is. He is comfortable in his skin. He's like, this is exactly who I am. I want to hear a lot more about him and everything about his people. I want to hear all the things about his people. Because it sounds like they're all servants, which I'm like, why? So, yeah, I want to hear all that. So, hopefully.
Who was the Joe guy? Katie said, Joe.
From Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries. So, Katie knows Joe, and then Alondo's thinking of Stanley Tucci's character.
No, it's not Stanley Tucci. His name is Hector Elizondo. I know that for a fact. His name is Hector. They do look alike. Stanley Tucci is the guy that actually played. I'm not going to go into the whole. He's amazing, by the way. Stanley Tucci is my dude. I love him. By the way, amazing cook. Stanley Tucci is he's the guy from Devil Wears Prada. But Hector Elizondo is the guy from Princess Diaries.
What's it? Yeah. Yep.
Let's start another podcast.
Oh yes, I would.
So that ends this part one with us kind of firming out everyone's role, including Vin's, and this is where we're going to go from here. So, any predictions as we move forward into the next 4 parts? Because there's 5 parts, I think, to the book.
Part one is culminated. We're about to step into a new realm of. I think this is where the journey truly begins. I think.
Part 1's called "The Survivor of Hathsen." Part 2 is "Rebels Beneath a Sky of Ash."
So I haven't even looked that far ahead, but I mean,
it's the next page.
Well, see, I'm not.
Unfortunately, I listened to it on the audio thing, and it read it out to me. So that's the only reason why I know. It's like, wait, stop.
I mean, well, they're outside of the city walls now, so now it's like I think there's a lot more variables that come into play. Things that can go wrong, things that could go right. I think they're about to. This is where the journey is really about to begin.
Cosmere Reed does rom-coms.
Yeah.
Those are many comedies.
By the way, I'm in on that.
There's something we could do there. The Cosmere Reeds does rom-coms. We could do Cos rom-coms.
Will, lock it in. Lock it in.
I'm getting the domain right now.
Yeah. Well, next week we're just gonna be doing 2 chapters, not 3, because these are a little girthy.
Thank God.
They have a little girth to them. We're doing 2 chapters. So there's 9 and 10.
So you're saying they're a little hard to take, huh? A little
a little bit.
Might need to lube up a little bit before you get in. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
That's what she said.
All right. There it is. All right.
Dude, keep the office gifts coming.
Oh yeah, all day
I-
long.
all
By
day
the
long.
way, I love the fact that I got the Paramount Plus subscription, so now I'm watching the Superfan episodes. It has all the deleted scenes, like actually as part of the episodes. Love
Amazing.
it. I cannot recommend it enough for all the people out there. I get no kickbacks, by the way, from this endorsement, but I'm just saying you can't go wrong with that. So
Yeah. So, indeed. So yeah, and
girthy.
yes,
He said Girthy.
Girthy, yes. Thank you.
When the opportunity presents itself, you gotta say it.
gotta say it all the time.
Oh, I
Favorite
love my
character?
I love our fans. I love our fans. I love the
Seriously,
people on this
seriously.
thing. Yes.
All right, favorite character. Who was it? These chapters.
No, I mean, I'm not changing mine.
I'm shifting from Kel.
Ooh, that's a bold take. That's a bold take, Cotton. Go ahead. What you got?
I might need a moment here. I don't know. It's cheesy to say. I mean, Vin. Like you can't not like Vin, but
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
fun.
mean-
this is great.
Vin that's such a sympathetic character. You just
Yeah.
you just want to see her win.
yeah,
She's had so much adversity in her life. You just want to see her get the win. I get it. I mean,
it's
it doesn't make a
gotta-
difference whether or not it's an easy one to root for. It still is. I mean, she just I can see that all day long.
I
all
mean,
day
this section we read 6, 7, 8, like some of her trauma came out, right? Like she's been
Mhm.
through some stuff and it still affects her. And you hate to see that, but you love to see someone like that fight through it, work through it, get to a point where they can kind of put that in their past
Mhm.
and prosper and succeed, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe I think I'm shifting to Vin now, which kind of makes sense because Kel is the Obi-Wan and Vin is the
Anakin.
Anakin, if you will. Is that a stretch? But you see where I'm going, right?
Yeah,
Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely see where you're going.
See where I'm
Definitely
going.
understand that. Yeah.
But that's
I still stand.
There's
I stand by clubs on my side,
still on team clubs.
but Katie said exactly what I was thinking. I mean, Marsh is like right. I mean,
Yeah.
super close because
Marsh is good.
Marsh. I feel like I was like, are you reading my mind right now? You're asking the same questions I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah.
Marsh is, and we barely know Marsh. He's quickly kind of stepping up, kind of
Yeah.
coming up, and we'll see how much he actually has an impact on the rest of the story. But I liked everything he was saying because he just is a grounded character,
Good dude.
and I love that about him. So,
Yeah.
And then my favorite character is probably Sazed from these chapters, just because I love Saze.
Oh, he's great. He's great.
Saze is great.
He's great. He's so freaking polished. I love it.
Steve Bornez is, he wasn't doing a good job up there. Was he?
I
mean,
love the creeping over the shoulder while she's eating. That's pretty hilarious.
Oh, by the way, again, she steals some more food.
She did. She
He stole some more food that chapter. So I'm like,
Yeah.
this girl, she is steady thieving on the food situation.
yeah.
I love it. She's like, yeah, I had to put these biscuits in my pocket or whatever it was. I can't remember right now, but yeah, she was on that thieving.
Oh yeah. Well, how we can be found is at the Cosmere Reads everywhere. Well, at least not everywhere. Twitter, we're there. You can also email us thecosmereads@gmail.com. The cosmereads.com has been bought. I have not created the website yet, but eventually there will be a website there too. Get a couple episodes in, and then it'll pop up. So you can go and write it down, save it in your favorits.
Bookmark us.
Bookmark us if you
it.
want on your
F5
it'll be there.
people.
Right now you'll get the
No, it's not
404
F5. It's Control F5, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
That's-
Control F5 is the way you can actually quick bookmark or something.
Really?
I can't remember. Yeah, it used to be Control F5. Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no! I just knocked Will out of the podcast. No! That's hilarious. Ah, no.
Is how you leave StreamYards.
That's the most hilarious thing I think I've ever seen.
Confirmed. That is not how you bookmark.
That is not how you bookmark. Oh man, I'm done. I'm done.
At least it wasn't Control F4 and shut down your whole computer. That's
Yeah,
Well, I know
F4.
Alt F4. Okay, I do
Alt
know
F4,
that
yeah. That's Alt F4, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Oh.
but I do not remember. Obviously, I thought it was Control F5 back in the day, but it must
Yeah,
be something else now. I
must
think it's
something
probably
else.
Control D or something, but
I'll,
whatever.
Hey,
I'll figure that out.
we'll
I'll
figure
bring
it
next
out.
week. We'll
Google
let you
it.
guys know.
That's right.
Keep you on the line.
But eventually we'll get there.
The
and we'll
fact
have a
it knocked you
website.
out. I'm telling you right now, I had the biggest laugh, Will. I had the biggest
glad.
laugh on that.
I was like, oh shit, oh god.
Oh man.
Sounds
Oh,
great.
okay.
But yeah, so go at least follow us on Twitter. You can email me too. I do check that email from time to time. If it's anything to anyone else, I will forward it to them. Let them know that they have mail.
We'd love to have it. Love to have it.
I don't think we had anybody email us yet. So yeah, you can ask us questions, do whatever you need there. But yeah, and the website will be coming shortly. More social media probably will pop up eventually when I get around to it. But for right now, Twitter's kind of where we are. I think we got like 200 followers plus on Twitter so far, so it's growing there.
Oh, I should put at Alondo, so that way you know that's actually my Twitter handle. It's pretty simple to find. It's just my name.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Alondo, pretty easy to find because I'm the only Alondo everywhere. So yeah.
And then also you could always come join our Discord as well. If you need a link to that, well, you can go to willreads.com and find links to Discord there too. So
yeah, I gotta get back on the Discord, by the way. I got
yeah.
knocked out of Discord for some reason. They did something to change my account policy or something, and I got every
got
time you say
banned?
Discord.
You got banned.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I was hoarding food, and then they were like, no.
Trading secrets on Discord to shiny spies, and
I was also handing around a whole bunch of really bad keyboard shortcuts. I said, no.
I'll join the Discord after this. I do need to do that.
Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, that's it for us. So that's all I got for this week, guys.
Yeah, I had nothing else to add. Appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate all you guys tuning in. It's awesome to see the interaction and stuff, and it's a pleasure to be a part of it. So
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to next week, guys. It's gonna be fun. So see you guys later.
Thanks.